Hey everyone. If anyone wants to say anything, you can write a comment and I'll answer questions while we're waiting. You're right. Hi. Is it Michael? Hi. So we'll be starting in a few minutes. So we'll be going through just a sort of normal Tai Chi session, I guess, how I would teach a Tai Chi class. So probably not like your very, very first Tai Chi class, probably about the third or fourth class in. So we'll work through the warm-up exercises. We'll go through silk wheeling, stepping, and work through some of the movements from the 8 form. So we'll look at 6 ceiling, 4 closing, single whip, and white crane spreads its wings, and do some Qigong breathing exercises as well. And also go into detail with the Tai Chi form movements as well. So we'll just give it a few more minutes and then we'll start. So everything that I'll be covering today, you can find on the Tai Chi School website on our foundation course. So everything that I'll be covering today. So don't be fooled by the name foundation course. When we made it, it wasn't made like in the idea of like basic sort of Tai Chi. It's what I would consider any good practitioner of Tai Chi or half decent practitioner of Tai Chi to know. And that's a foundation, and so that's why we called it the Tai Chi Foundation course. So do check it out. There's lots of free videos on there as well that we've got, and also check out the silk wheeling body and body mechanics module as well that we've got. So that's got some lots of good stuff, not stuff that's not often taught or shared openly or in a sort of broken down structured way. Okay, so we get ready to start. So we'll start with the warm-up exercises. So it's pretty much 2 o'clock and people can join us as they come. So we want to stand feet shoulder width apart, head up, chin in, shoulders relaxed. So you're going to interlock your fingers and start to rotate your wrists. So remember, keep those shoulders relaxed, lifting through your crown, your halfway point. Taking your time. So remember, go at your own pace throughout all of these exercises, so you can follow my rhythm or at your own pace. And we change other side. You change direction. Keep those shoulders relaxed, lifting through your crown. And change. So we make a wave with your arms, keeping those shoulders relaxed again. You can kind of rock or sway your hips side to side just to start to loosen them up, or you can do it fixed step as well. So you're working the wrist, the elbow, the shoulder, lifting through your crown, and change. So we're going to circle round, hands into your hips, back round again. So continuously. So as your hands come in, we're going to sink into the hips, and then you push with your legs to bring your arms back around. So we're trying to find that connection from your feet all the way to your hands. So one of the reasons why we practice slowly in Tai Chi is to try to get our whole body to move together. Become aware of this. So taking your time, remember you just sink a little bit, push with your legs to bring your arms back around. And change. Let's go the other way, up the inside, round to the outside. So up and round to the outside. As your hands come up, sink into your hips again. Push with your legs to bring your arms back around. So you sink, push with your legs to bring your arms back around. So continuously. So you try to find that connection from your feet all the way to your hands. So opening your shoulders and change. Okay, fingertips onto your shoulders, and we're going to circle your elbows round. So I like to go forwards first. Remember, just as big as you feel comfortable, go at your own pace. And change. So we go the other way. So we try to open through the chest as well. That will help you open your shoulders that little bit more. Okay, then change. So we go across, side to side. So shift your weight, circling your elbows round. Go across. And taking your time. And change. So we go outside. So we turn and turn. So again, I'm turning my waist. My weight comes to the same side, and that helps me open up my shoulders that little bit more. So I don't want to, when I open, I don't want to shift to the other side. I want to stay on the same side. Then I go to the other side. So it's like I'm rolling my chest out, engaging my waist that little bit more. It's like a stretch across one side of your torso. Okay, change. One arm across, doesn't matter which one. We're just going to circle backwards. So as big as you feel comfortable. So if you can, you try to keep it close to your ear, or as close to your ear as possible. Just taking your time. And change. Let's go the other way. Change direction. Okay, change arm. So one arm across. I like to go backwards first. Just taking your time. Okay, change. Let's go the other way. Remember, take your time, go at your own pace. change. Okay, so arms up and down. So you're just relaxing your arms, you're sinking into your hips, keeping your body upright. So we don't want to bend forward like this. We want to keep the body upright. And as we sink, a feeling of lifting through your crown as you sink. So you feel your weight go through your legs into the floor. So you're trying to develop that connection to the floor, to the earth, trying to develop your root and your structure. You want a springy, elastic feeling in your arms. So you don't want to drop your arms too violently, just softly, nice and easy. Remember to keep that body upright. You can gently exhale. And change. Okay, so you cup your waist onto one side. So we're going to go over and back down again. Over and back down again. So remember, just go as far as you feel comfortable. Make sure you're supporting yourself on your hip or your waist. You take your time. Again, you want that soft, springy, elastic type feel. You can pause here for a second and then go back down. Up to you. And change. Let's go to the other side. So support yourself on your hip or your waist. Over and back down again. Remember, take your time. Go as far as you feel comfortable. Remember to support yourself on your hip or your waist. Taking your time. And relax. Okay, so sink into your hips, elbows up. So we're going to elbow out twice. So we'll go 1, 2. Then we stretch out. 3, 4. Then up. 5, 6. To the other side. 7, 8. So again, 1, 2. Stretch out. 3, 4. Up. 5, 6. To the other side. 7, 8. So we're going to elbow out twice. 1, 2. Stretch out. 3, 4. So here, both arms move together at the same time, forward and back, forward and back. Then to the other side, forward and back, forward and back. Not just your top arm. So again, together from the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And change. Elbows up. Twisting softly twice to both sides. Remember, the first one is like a test. Second one, you go a little bit further. So you want that soft, elastic feeling. And just go as far as you feel comfortable. So ease into it and keep those shoulders relaxed. Okay, change. Relax your arms and turn from your waist. Just gently patting yourself front and back. You want to try and open through your shoulders. Okay, towards your shoulders or over your shoulders. So everything's exactly the same. We're just going higher with the arm that pats on the front of your body. and change. Okay, palms onto your kidneys, your hips as well if you want to, and we're just going to circle round, just rotating your hips round. Remember, take your time, go as big as you feel comfortable, and change. Let's go the other way. Okay, change. So down, so you soften your knees, palms are either onto your thighs or your knees, and we're just going to circle around softly. So you try to keep your feet flat on the floor. So just very, very softly, just small, soft movements. And then change. Let's go the other way. So we circle around. So just very softly, try to keep your feet flat on the floor. So I find that quite difficult to do, but that's what you're trying to do. Okay, then from here, we're going to hinge from your hip. You keep your neck or your head in line with your spine, so in a neutral position, and just small, soft movements up and down from your hips. So you're hinging from your hips, and just very, very softly. If that feels uncomfortable, you can just hold. So you're just feeling a stretch on the backs of the legs, just softly. Small, soft movements. Keep going. Okay, then from here we're going to squat down, so your hips go back. You squat down as far as you feel comfortable. So if your knees collapse in, you want to push them outwards. So if you want, you can stay high with just small, soft movements. So I don't want when I'm staying high, I don't want my knees to be like this. I want them to go back. You go deeper, feet flat on the floor. Push your thighs out with this coming in. So just up and down, just softly. Okay, then again, forwards. Small, soft movements, hinging from your hip. Okay, squat down. Remember, just as far as you feel comfortable. And then from here, we're going to straighten and just drop your hands and relax. So don't worry about touching your feet or the floor. It's more important to keep your legs straight. And if you drop your head, just relax. Don't hold your breath. Just breathe in as you need to. Breathe in and out as you need to. Just hold, relax into a stretch. Okay, soften your knees, tuck your chin in, and slowly come up. Okay, so we're going to interlock your fingers, one foot behind. I'm just going to stand to the side to make it easier to follow. So we're going to stretch up, lifting your back heel and down. So up and down. Just go as far as you feel comfortable. Taking your time. And change. So we're going to put the other leg behind, and we do the same. So up and down. So when you lift up, you lift your back heel, then down. So just go as far as you feel comfortable. Taking your time. And change. Then from here, we're going to sink into your hips. So you push into the floor to throw your arms over and one leg back onto your toes, and then down. So you sink, push into the floor, the other leg goes back. So down, push, up, down, push, up. So you try to coordinate your arms and legs together. So everything out together, everything in together. Just taking your time. If you feel comfortable, you can lift your leg higher. So you're trying to extend from the hip, not lift from your knee. So you're trying to extend from your hip. Just taking your time. And relax. Give your arms and hands a good shake. Okay, so feet close together. Down, soften your knees. So we're just going to gently rotate this very, very softly. And then we go the other way. Just taking your time and change. Then we're going to hinge from the hip like before. Just up and down. Keeping your neck and spine in a neutral position. In line together. And from here, keeping your feet flat, squat down just as far as you feel comfortable. So remember, you can stay higher than forwards, hinging from your hips again. And down, squat down, keeping your feet flat on the floor. And straighten, drop your hands, relax. So again, don't worry about touching your feet to the floor. It's more important to keep your legs straight and just relax into the stretch. Don't hold your breath, breathe as you need to. And then just soften your knees, tuck your chin in, slowly come up. Okay, so palms onto your kidneys, one foot behind a little bit, and just rotate your ankle. And change the foot, so just behind a little bit. So by putting your foot behind, it helps, obviously, you can rotate your ankle, work your hip and your knee a little bit as well. And then from here, just going to relax, shake out, relax your arms, your legs. So when I step to my left, I kick with my right leg. When I step to my right, I flick or kick with my left leg. So I just want soft, elastic feeling, using my intention to release any tension through my limbs. Shaking out, you can gently exhale and change. So we're going to go into bow stance stretch. So toes out, back leg straight. So you can stay high, your foot turns in a little bit, not too much, just slightly. You can stay high and hold. You can sink, but we're trying to sink into your hip. We're not trying to move from the knee like this. So this is not really doing anything except for damaging your knee. We're just going to sink in and out. You can go deeper. If you feel comfortable, you can hold again, or you can sink in and out. So just softly take your time, go as far as you feel comfortable. Keep your body upright, try not to lean. And up, change. So we turn to the other side, so we turn. So now your other foot is out, pointing out. The other foot turns in slightly. So you can stay high and hold. You could sink into your hips a little bit, but remember, we don't want to move from the knee like this. Or you can go deeper and do the same. So it's up to you. Just can hold or sink in and out, using your hips. Body upright, don't lean. Take your time, just go as far as you feel comfortable. And up. Okay, so we're going to go into bow stance again, but we're going to lift the heel up, so the back heel, so your heel is pointing up to the sky, to the ceiling. So you turn, toes out, lift your heel up. So you can stay high, so we're trying to stretch the hip flexors here. So I put my knees slightly bent. I can stay high, I tuck my hips under, and I squeeze my glutes, and this is going to help me stretch my hip flexors. So that's one way to do this. The other way is you can go deeper, you can go for more of a range of motion, and you can hold. You can still try to do the same, but you probably won't be able to tilt your pelvis as much. Remember, squeeze your glutes, and that will help get a greater stretch in your hip flexors. So just go as far as you feel comfortable. You can bend the knee or you can have it straight. And change. So we go to the other side. So we turn, heel up at the back, weight comes towards your front leg. So remember, you can stay high with your knees slightly bent. You can tilt your hips forward or under and squeeze your glutes at the same time. And shift a bit more if you need to, and that will help you get a stretch of your hip flexors. Or you could stretch long and do the same. So this is, you will work in a bit more range of motion. The other variation is just solely sort of targeting your hip flexors. Just go as far as you feel comfortable. Remember to breathe, don't hold your breath. And up. Okay, so go into low stance stretch. So comfortable distance out, and first we're just going to shift into one leg. So you can follow mirror image, so you could go towards your right. So I'm going towards my left. So it's like I'm squatting in and out. I'm not letting my knee go too far beyond my toes. So just softly. So nice and easy, taking your time. Then change. I'm going to do the same to the other side, just nice and easy. So it's like I'm squatting in and out. My weight doesn't really shift fully to this side. So this is just preparation to help to get towards a low stance stretch. And then I'm going to do the same to the other side. I'm going to put my hand here. And when I feel comfortable, I'm going to just slightly relax my hip. So I'm relaxing my right hip, and my body will, I'm going to turn my body a little bit, not too much, so I'm like twisting my other knee, so just slightly. So I'm just helping to relax my waist as well. Just softly, and change to the other side. So first I'm just going to sink in and out, put one hand up, and so you can see this is helping me. I'm going to relax this hip, and I'm just going to turn a little bit, turning my body just slightly. Up. Then I'm going to go to the other side. I try to keep both feet flat. So the idea is we're trying to stretch the inside amongst other things, but that's the main target at the beginning. So I'm just going to sink a little bit deeper. So can you see I'm turning a little bit. I'm keeping this in line with this foot, and I'm getting a little stretch, or you may not if you're quite flexible. And then I'm going to go to the other side. So remember, you go as far as you feel comfortable to your own level, to your own capabilities. Then I'm going to go to the other side. I'm going to go deeper, so just as far as I feel comfortable. So you can use your legs for support, you can use the floor, or you can reach for your feet. Remember, you can stay high like we did before. Just go as far as you feel comfortable. And then change to the other side. So remember, you could stay high, you could use the floor if you want to push yourself, your legs, or you can try to reach. So we want this arm on the inside to stop your thigh to collapse in. And we turn Remember, just go as far as you feel comfortable. And up, feet close together. When you're ready, then interlock your fingers. We're going to stretch up, palms facing up. So I'm just going to lift my heels up a little bit off the floor, so not full stretch, or if that's difficult, I just shift my weight towards the front part of my feet to empty my heels so you can lift up. So first, just focus on your balance. And then we're going to breathe in, stretch up, filling your lungs, then out, relax and drop. So when we drop softly onto the heels and the knees soften at the same time, and we let our hands just relax and flop. Yeah, so we'll go again. So interlock, stretch up, heels up a little bit. Just breathing in and out through your nose. Then in, stretch up, out, relax, down. Okay, so we'll go one more time. So we stretch up, lift your heels up a little bit. Hold this time as you breathe out. Imagine breathing out through the soles of your feet. Okay, breathe in, stretching up, then out, relax. Relax your arms, your legs, shake out. We'll give your arms and legs a good shake. You can gently exhale as you're just flicking out. And relax. Okay, so normally in a normal class, I'd ask if everyone's okay. Hopefully everyone's okay. Okay, so we'll start with the breathing exercises first, or the basic breathing exercise. So in Chen Tai Chi, when we generally focus on our breath, there are times where we do make sound and do different types of sort of exhale, inhale and exhale, and that's when we're going a bit faster, yeah, when we're jumping and doing, the sort of Fa Jing type movements. But generally, when we're moving slow and soft or in a smooth pace, we try to keep the breath smooth and calm and natural to your natural rhythms how you would breathe naturally. So you're not trying to necessarily force a certain way of breathing at first. And also, we try to keep the breath quiet as well. So when we mean quiet, it's okay for when you're inhaling and exhaling if you do make a sound, but you're not intentionally trying to make a sound. Yeah, so you're not trying to go like this. Yeah, so I know we do make sounds in Chen Tai Chi when we do, at the energy release or the Fa Jing type exercises, but we're not looking at that today. Yeah, so we're going to start feet shoulder width apart, head up, chin in slightly. So you want a feeling as if someone's lifting your head with your crown from a string, so it's suspending your body, and so your spine drops down, chin in, or you can imagine there's like a book resting on your head. Tongue on the top palate of your mouth, shoulders relaxed, sink into your hips a little bit. Tailbone points downwards if you can, so we don't want it under or to stick out, just you're trying to point it downwards. And just focus on your breath, breathing in and out through your nose. Okay, so from here, I'm going to turn my palms. I straighten my legs, bringing my arms up, palms facing down. I sink down into my hips. Then I turn up, hands come up, straighten your legs, and down. And I turn up, breathe in, down, breathe out. So up, you breathe in through your nose, down, breathe out through your nose. Use your mouth if you need to, yeah. So up is in, down, out. Up, breathe in, down, out. So you keep your breath calm and smooth. And quiet. Remember to straighten your legs as you breathe in, sink into your hips so your knees bend a little bit as you start to exhale. So you try to coordinate your breath with your own movements, gradually making your breath deeper and smoother. Keeping your shoulders relaxed, lifting through your crown. Continuously. As your breath gets deeper and smoother, your movements will get slower and smoother as well. And relax when you're finished. And relax your arms, your legs, shake out. So just softly, you want that springy, elastic feeling in your body. Okay, so we'll go through the silk reeling exercises, the wave hands movements. So we'll do it mirror image. So I'll start with my right, so it'll be mirror image. So if you start with your right side, for me, it's going to be my left. So you step to your right, a comfortable distance to start with. Yeah, so knees, remember you keep knees bent at all times. So you don't want to go too deep and put too much pressure. You can stay high, put your right hand out. Cup your just above your hip slightly, so we don't want to cut the hip, just go above. You want your hand, if you drop your hand, just stretch it down towards your knee and then lift up. That's generally the rough position of where you want your hand. Okay, so ready? So we drop down, I shift, I turn from my waist, bringing my arm across and up, turning my palm, I shift, turn from my waist, turning my body across. So down, I shift, I turn, turning my palm, and shift, I turn. So down, shift, turn, turning your palm. Here you can sink down a little bit, then you shift and turn. Remember, you're using your body, yeah? So turn, down. So I shift, I turn, turning my palm, shift, turn. So continuously, you keep your body upright, head upright. So when your hand drops down in the lower phase of the movement, don't bend forward or drop your head. So you use your peripheral vision to be aware of what's going on around you. So as your hand comes across, breathe in, breathe out. As it comes across, in through your nose. As it comes away from your body, breathe out through your nose. Remember that feeling from lifting from your crown. So we want to maintain that, chin slightly tucked in. Okay, then we change, shift to your other side, so to your left hand out. So same again, so down, we shift, we turn. Turning your palm, shift, and turn. So down, shift, turn. You see I'm using my waist, arm comes across and up. Turning your palm, shift, and turn. So down, shift, turn. Turning your palm, shift, and turn. So you keep your shoulders relaxed, body upright, head upright. Try to make the movement smooth and continuous. Breathe in as your arm comes across. Breathe out as it goes away. So in, out. In, out. So continuously. And relax. Then up, feet shoulder width apart. And breathe in, just like before. Down, sinking down, breathe out. So up, in, down, out. Up, in, down, out. So you coordinate your breath with your own movements, gradually making your breath deeper and smoother. And relax. Step in. Relax your arms, your legs, shake out. Okay, so next we'll just look at the basic stepping movements in Chen Tai Chi. So it's always good to, everything's built on those basics, on the fundamentals. So that's what we'll focus on next, and then we'll look into the double hand, cloud hands as well. Okay, so in Chen Tai Chi, whenever we step, whether it's forward, backwards, sideways, 99% of the time there are a couple of movements where you might go straight into your front leg, but generally we want to keep our weight on the balancing leg, and then depending on the movement, what comes after depends on how you shift your weight. So we always want to, when we step, don't want to step like this. Can you see? So this would be called double weighted, and I'm not following the correct Tai Chi principles. So I want to always have more weight on this leg than the leg that's going out. So even if I step out wider, I want to have more weight on this leg than this leg. I don't want to be like this. That's wrong. Yeah. Also, when we step, so we're going to mainly focus on the sides, the stepping sideways, because in Chen, that's what we do quite a lot of. It's a lot of the side steps. So that's what we'll focus on. Yeah, so we need to get that good, because nearly every step is that side step that we do. Yeah, okay, so we always step with the heel down. Yeah, so the heel down. Yeah, that's important. So that's the key thing. So we'll start together, and then I'll start to add some details onto this. So we'll go mirror image again. So you're going to step to your right. I'm going to step with my left. So we start with heels close together, toes out. So you can put your hands on your hips. But now, so as I sink down, I'm going to lift my heel up, my right heel. So I lift up. I'm going to sink a little bit. So also as I step and my leg goes out, I sink slightly, and then my heel comes out. I want my weight, you see my weight is here on my balancing leg, so that's my left, your left side, and my toes are out at an angle, so not out this way, not in, so slightly at an angle. Then I shift, so I shift, my toes come down, then I'm gonna step in onto my toe here, yeah, and then I'm just gonna relax. Then I'm gonna repeat, going to the other side, so going to your left, so hands on my hips. So I sink down, I lift my heel up, I lift, I'm going to sink slightly and step out, heel down. My weight is on this leg here now. So check your toes. Remember, you want both knees bent. You don't want to have the leg straighten. You want to have it bent, especially when you put your heel down. Toes down, I shift, I step in onto my toes. I relax. So I sink down, I lift. So here it's really important, as my leg goes out, I'm slightly lowering my level, so it's not really deep, just a small, like maybe a millimeter as I sink and out. Yeah, body upright, knee bent, toes at an angle, toes down, I shift, I step in onto my toes and straighten. And from here down, lifting my heel up, and lift up, try to stay the same height, so you don't straighten the balancing leg, so you don't lift up, you stay the same height. So you sink, step out, heel down, body upright. I shift, step in onto my toes, and straighten. Then again, go down, up, sink as I step, heel down, toes down, shift, in onto my toes, straighten. I go to the other side, so down, heel up, heel down, so toes down. As I shift, remember both knees are bent, and I step in and relax. Okay, relax your arms, your legs. So it's very important as you step, so even when we start to do the form movement, that as you step, there's a slight, you're sinking slightly as you're stepping. So it's not like really deep like this, like a big squat. It's just a small into your hip, not your knee. Yeah, so your hip will bend your knee. That's what we don't want to bend from the knee first. Okay, so we'll go again. This time we'll put the arm movement in. So heels close together, toes out. Your right hand out, cup your waist. So down, sinking down, lifting your heel. So lift, sink down, step out. So my weight stays here. I turn and then I shift. Turning my palm, my arm and leg move across together. So imagine there's like a string attached from my hand or my wrist all the way to my foot. So as this hand goes across, it's pulling this foot in together simultaneously. And relax. So I'm back to the starting position. Then I change, other side. Down. So up, heel down. So I turn, my weight is still here. Then I shift, both knees bent. Remember the idea of the string, and across and up. Then I change, I'm just going to step forward a little bit. Okay, so down, up, sinking down, up, turn, shift, foot together, across. and straighten. Then I change. So down, up, sinking down, step out, turn, shift, in. So it's really important to try and get this coordination. So this will start to filter through the rest of your Tai Chi and make you, sort of level up your Tai Chi. Okay, so again, ready? So down, up, turn, shift, in, and change. So down, up, turn, shift, in, and relax, shake out. Relax your arms, your legs. Okay, so we'll go through the double handstand breathing next. So to get there, we'll practice the step out. So we're going to step to the left. So put your right hand out. So down, step out, you turn, you shift, hand comes across, and relax. Weight on your left leg. So from here, my right hand comes across, so it's like I push to the left, I swap my hands, I shift to the other side, I turn my palms, and I turn from my body, and it's like I'm pushing across. Then I swap, I shift, turning my palms, and I turn from my waist. Can you see? So that's really important. So you go 1, swapping your hands, 2, shift, 3, turn your palms and turn from your body. So you go 1, 2, 3. So we'll do it a bit mechanical at first. So we'll go 1, 2, 3. 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 And then continuously. So nice and smooth. So remember, you keep your body upright. So trying to have those 3 points that we looked at. Head upright, that feeling lifting from your crown. Shoulders relaxed. Breathe in as you go across to one side, and breathe out to the other side. So in, out, in, out. Remember, you want to shift and turn from your waist. Shift and turn. And relax. Up, feet shoulder width apart. And breathe in. So you straighten. Down, sink into your hips. Breathe up. Up, in. Down, up. In. Down, up. So in your own time, you coordinate your breath with your own movements, gradually making your breath deeper and smoother. Remember, lifting through your crown, chin in, tongue on the top palate of your mouth, shoulders relaxed, body upright. gradually making your breath deeper and smoother. And relax. You step in when you're finished and relax your arms, your legs, shake out. Give your arms and legs a good shake. Okay, so from here we'll go through the form movements. So we'll go through the form movements that we've been working in class from the 8th form, and then we'll also start to look at white crane spreads its wings from the 8th form as well. So I'll start mirror image. So we'll go through 6 seating, 4 closing, and single whip, and then we'll move on from there. Okay, so we'll go mirror image. So feet close together, toes out. So your right hand out, cup your waist with your other hand, or just above your hip. So we sink, lifting your heel up just like before. So I'm going to step out just like before. Then I turn. I shift to the right. I turn off on my waist and I relax, sinking down a little bit. So my weight here is on my right leg. So more weight on my right than my left. So I turn and press, both palms facing up. Turn and pull down. I shift, bringing my arms across. I turn, shift, hands come up. I turn my body, I step in, and I push down. And from here, I rotate. My right hand moves back, so both palms facing up. I make a hook, drop here, drop my left hand, so my other hand turns over, and I push past at the same time. I'm going to turn on my ball, on the ball of my foot, and turn. Then I come in, heel down, so I'm going to step in the same way. I shift, out, shift, palm comes across and up, turning my palm, I shift and turn, relax, face forward, sinking down. So weight on my left leg, body upright. And again, so from here, when you're ready, so right hand out, cup your waist or just above your hip, and down. When you step out, turn, I shift and turn, relax, face forwards. So more weight on your right leg than your left, both knees bent. So to check the correct position of this hand, you drop it, or you can bring it to your thigh, down, up. So when there's no sort of physical teacher, this is one way to try and get everything in place. So your elbow is slightly bent as well. I turn and press, and I pull down. I shift my weight, turn. So here now I'm going to shift back to my right and I close. So I'm trapping something to my forearm on my bicep. Boom. Then I turn, step in, push, rotate, right palm back, make a hook, drop, separate, turning on your left foot, then in, heel down. So I shift, out, I shift, come across and up, turning my palm, I shift, turn, relax. So more weight on my left. So again, to check the position of my hands when I haven't got a teacher, I place them down towards my knees and then lift up. So that's roughly the correct alignment. Elbows slightly bent. Okay. So again, so from here down, and step out, heel down. So I turn, shift, turn, relax. Turn and press, pull down, shift, turn, shift, hands come up, turn your body slightly and step in and push. So here, I don't want to step in too close, yeah? I should be able to put my heel down without stamping my foot. So that's the closest for my limbs that I should get. So for me, generally, I'm comfortable at this position here. And then your hands, so it's like holding Tai Chi stance. Yeah, so you just turn your palms out and you press down, and roughly you want it your lower rib height, so for your own. So you try not to copy me. For example, if I push down or a little bit higher, it's got to follow your lower rib. So let's go again. So ready? So down, up, turn, shift, and turn, relax. Turn and press, pull down, shifting your weight, turn, shift, turn your body, step in, and push, rotate, drop, separate, remember turning on the foot, then in, you close from your chest, out, shift, shift, turning your palm, shift, relax, facing forwards. Okay, again. So right hand out, touch your waist with your left. So down, up, heel down, turn, shift, and turn, relax. Turn and press, pull down, shift your weight, turn, shift, hands come up, turn, step in, push, and you rotate, make a hook, separate, and in, out, shift, shift, turning your palm, shift, relax. Okay, again. Down, step out. So we turn, we shift, we turn, relax, face forwards. Turn and press, pull down, shifting your weight. Turn, shift, hands come up, turn and step in and push. Then rotate, right hand back, make a hook, separate and turn, then in, out, shift, shift, turning your palm, shift, relax, and up. Okay, so from here, just before we continue going through the form movement, so I'm going to do it just high. So when I'm shifting from single whip, I'll step out. I'm not letting my hand go past my thigh. I'm stopping within my structure. Yes, if I come up here, I'm breaking my alignment. And also I want to make a curve as I'm going across, so boom. And I'm leading with my body. It's not just my hand like this, boom. So I want to try and lead with my body and then go across. So that's another thing to try and put some attention to. So we'll go again. So I'll continue going mirror image for a bit, then I'll also turn around. So right hand up, cup your waist, go down, up, turn, shift, turn, relax, turn and press, and pull down, shift your weight, turning, you shift, hands come up, turn your body, step in, push, and you rotate, make a hook, separate, and in, out, shift, shift, turn your palm, shift, relax, face forwards, and again. down, out. And turn, shift, turn, relax, face forwards. Turn and press, and pull down, shift, turn, shift, hands come up, turn, step in, push, down, and rotate, make a hook, separate, then in, out, shift, shift, turn your palm, shift, relax, and relax, shake out, relax your arms, your legs. Okay, so we'll continue, but I'll do it the proper way, so I'll turn around, okay? So feet close together, toes out a little bit, right hand out, up your waist with your left. So down, you're going to step out, heel down, weight on the left. So I turn, I shift, I turn, relax, face forwards. I turn and press, pull down, shifting my weight, and I turn, shift, hands come up, turn, step in, push, and rotate, make a hook, separate, turning my body slightly, then in, and out. So I shift, then my palm, shift, relax, face forwards, weight on your left leg, and again, so heels close together, toes out, right hand out. So you cup your waist, down, heel down, turn, shift, turn, relax, turn and press, pull down, shifting your weight and turn, shift, hands come up, turn, step in, push down, and rotate, make a hook, separate, and in, out, shift, 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 relax, facing forwards. Okay, again, one more time. Down, up, turn, shift, and turn, relax, face forwards. Turn and press, pull down, shift your weight, turn, shift, hands come up, turn, step in, push, rotate, make a hook, separate, in, then out, shift, shift, turn your arm, shift, relax, and up. Okay, shake out, relax your arms, your legs. Okay, so before we move on to look at white crane, we'll quickly look at some Jamjung, what we'll call Tai Chi stance, so like the embracing stance, yeah? Okay, and how we do it in Chen Tai Chi, or in our line of Chen. So even within this, there's lots of different ways you can do it, but this is just a good way to start. So we're gonna first stand about feet shoulder width apart. You can be in, go a little bit wider if you want. We don't want to go too wide yet, yeah? So that's not wrong either. My toes are out slightly, yeah? So I'm not gonna go in lots of depth, just gonna kind of run through it quickly. So I'm gonna drop my head for every single Tai Chi principle there is and drop my head and look at my feet, yeah? So I want to feel, so by looking at my feet, I'm using all my senses. I'm using the senses of my sight to look at my feet, obviously, yeah? So I want to try and sense and feel where the weight is on my feet, whether it's on my heels, whether it's on my toes forward. What I want to ideally have it spread out across all of my foot evenly as best as possible. Yeah, so kind of even. So on some days I'll probably be like more on my heels, other days probably won't settle. That's part of the cultivation. That's what you're always trying to develop, this root, and it's constantly ongoing. Yeah. So what I'm looking for is so today I feel quite rooted and based. So I've got this is spread across my feet. Yesterday I was a bit more on my heels. Yeah. So each day is slightly different. Yeah. So I'm trying to get that. Then the next bit is I'm going to bend the knees. We're going to do this wrong as well. So I'm going to come sideways. So I want everyone to just bend your knees like this. So this is my third one, fourth, and already it feels a bit uncomfortable. So generally when we practice traditional martial arts Tai Chi, there's lots of stances. And at first we're gonna do them wrong. We're gonna hurt our knees. And because we're bending into our knees, especially like the lower stance, you're trying to go as low as possible and stuff, but you're not keeping the structure and alignment. So what I want is your knees do bend, but you want to sink into your hips first, yeah, which will bend your knees, yeah. So not the other way around. So we're not bending the knees. We're letting the hips bend the knees, yeah, and then the knee is going to transfer the weight through it rather than bear the weight through it, yeah. Okay, so what we're going to do is first we're going to do another thing where we break all the principles. We're going to stick our bum out and we're going to bend forward. So you hold your hip crease, your quad, or just touch somewhere along there. And then you're going to like almost pod yourself and as if you're about to sit down, but obviously don't sit down if you haven't got a chair behind you. You don't want to fall over. So back. And so I want to stick my hips back on my bum and that will bend my knees and then I come. So I'm squatting. It's like doing a proper squat basically. So I'm going back this way and that will bend my knees. So now try to pay attention to bending your, what's happening as you do this movement and how it bends your knees. So again, boom. Yeah, so I don't want to go like this when I do this. I want to sink from here, but when I'm doing it in Tai Chi, I don't want to stick my bum out either. So what you're going to do is you're going to sink slightly, and if your hips start to go out, you want to tuck your tailbone under, and that will bend your knees. So I'm not, but my knees aren't bent a lot, so because I'm holding like a high Jamjung position, I don't want to go too low yet. So that's what we're trying to do to bend our knees. So from here, so we'll start again from our feet. So for me, I feel like going a little bit wider today, toes out. So actually, I'm going to come in. Okay, so I'm sensing my weight on my feet, feels comfortable for now. Then I'm going to sink into my hips and I'm going to check see what's happening here. So I don't want to tuck under. I don't want it to stick out this way. I just want it down. But remember, everyone's body shapes are different. So even when someone's tucking under, it might look like, it's sticking out. Yeah, because everyone's got different shapes of their body and they're still following the principles. You've got to understand what they're doing and how they're working. So I know lots of people like, his hips are sticking out, this is out. It's, we're just all learning. Yeah. Okay. So again, feet down. So I sink down into my hips, which bends my knees, and I'm just going to touch here. Check. So for me, I'm gonna sink a bit more into my quad and try to tuck this downwards so that tailbone is down, like if there's a weight on it, it's pulling it down. Then I'm going to focus to my head. So I'm going to tuck my chin in and feel like I'm lifting through my crown. So actually I'm feeling quite rooted, but I've got lots of tension in my chest area. So I'm going to relax my chest, and already my abdomen has come out and I feel like I can breathe a lot deeper. So my back is slightly plucked or rounded and my chest is hollow or empty, but I'm not over exaggerating it like this. Yeah, so it's under sink in, head in, ears and shoulders in line, lifting through your crown, and just empty your chest, and that's about right. Yeah, tongue on the top palate of my mouth, and then with your hands, you have your fingers open naturally, thumbs up, and I'm gonna hold about my lower rib height, so not too high. So again, there's different positions you can hold. So I'm here, so there's a circle between my arms, but in Chen Tai Chi, we don't think about holding the ball. You are the ball, or that's how I was always taught, yeah? And remember, your feet sinking into your hips, there's a roundness between your legs, chest relaxed, back sort of naturally straight, chin in, lifting through your crown, shoulders relaxed. And then with your elbows, you imagine there's a string pulling you up here, and then there's a weight pulling them down. So they're not up, they're not down, they're kind of in between, and your hands just rest naturally. And you hold and you focus on your breath. You can close your eyes or keep your eyes open. So what I like to do is after a few breaths, because at the minute I'm really focusing on my structure or my alignment in standing. So I like to break and I like to check everything again, because I know as I'm holding, things have gone out of place after a minute or two. So I'll check again. So check my feet, they sink in, tuck under, my chest, head up, shoulders, and then my arms. So you can stay, you don't have to do that check if you feel comfortable. I'm just going to move to the side so you can see my arms on the side. So I'm not in, I'm not overly stretched, just comfortable to your own distance, to your own sort of body type. And just hold, focus on your breath. So another name for Jamjung. So Jamjung literally translates as like pile standing or standing like a post. Some people call it standing meditation, which it is. So it's lots of different things. A really good like exercise when you're doing it right. Just hold, focus on your breath. Try to relax into the stretch. Try to relax into your posture. Sorry, you're not stretching. Remember lifting through your crown, chin in, shoulders relaxed. Okay, then we're going to breathe in. So you expand and sink down. So you try to connect your feet to your hands. So like this kind of expansion energy. So you breathe in, then but keep your shoulders relaxed. You sink and root, then in, but you're still rooted, connected to the floor, then So again, in, then in, then in, One more time, in, and down. Then you turn and up in your own time, breathing in, down, breathe up, in. Remember sinking into your hips, which will bend your knees as you breathe out. So continuously in your own time, so you coordinate your breath with your own movements, gradually making your breath deeper and smoother. And relax when you're finished. Relax your arms, your legs, shake out. So give your arms and legs a good shake. Okay, so the next movement from the 8 form after single whip that we teach. So we don't start from the beginning just because we kind of do movements in and then we go back. Yeah, it's just because it's a little bit tricky in your first lesson to do, the first movement basically, yeah. So the next movement is white crane spreads its wings. So if you have a look, and then we'll go through it together. So it looks something like this. Okay, so that's white crane spreads its wings from the 8 form. So we'll break it down bit by bit. So we'll start with the legs. First, I'll start with my back to you, and then we'll take it from that. So weight onto your left leg. So we finish in single weight. So although my weight is already on my left, I want to shift or sink a little bit more into my left leg. So from my hips, I'm going to like physically do this to show you. So I'm kind of, you can see how my hips move, and I sink into my quad, into my hip crease, sink in, and that empties this foot even more. And I come in and step onto my toes, body upright. So again, I'll do a mirror image in a little bit as well. We'll just do a few times. So weight onto your left, body upright, sink into your hip. So I'm gonna, from my hip, I'm gonna move. So shift a little bit in and step in. So again, ready? So weight on my left leg. So I'm shifting my hips that little bit more. So more weight coming into my left, and I'm sinking into the leg. So I shift in, foot comes in onto my toes. So I want my foot slightly in front, and I want all my weight on my left leg, on my balancing leg, or pretty much most of my weight. The toe is just there to help keep my balance. So when I come in, I don't want to be like this. So here I can't lift this leg, my right leg. To lift it, I'm having to shift back and lift up. Whereas here now my weight is how I need it to be in this leg. You see I can lift it without having to move my body. So before, it looks okay, but I'm slightly double weighted, so I can't really lift this leg. To lift it, I have to shift back and lift. That's wrong. So look one more time. You don't want to go 1, 2. It should be just up like that. So that's like key. You'll see this all throughout all of Chen. Yeah, when you start to do the long forms, you know, Laja, Shinja, the Ilus and the Erlus. Yeah, so we're building those fundamentals already. Yeah. So let's go mirror image. So weight to your left. So you sink into your hips here. So I'm going to look, from my hip kind of move. So my dantian goes across. So boom, I'm sinking in. That's letting me bring my foot across. Yeah, onto my toes, and just check whether you can lift without having to kind of move your body. Then again, let's go a couple more times, and then we'll add on. So weight to your left. So I shift and in onto my toes. And again, ready. So weight onto my left one more time. So I shift and I come in and relax, shake out. So next is I'm stepping backwards. So in Chen, when we step back, you want to step with your toes first. And again, it's the same sort of principle as a side step. When you step back, I don't want to lean forwards, yeah? I want to keep my body upright when I step back, yeah? Toes down, and my weight is on that leg. And here, there's different sort of movements where you step back, your foot position will be slightly different, and how far you step back. So this is, we're not doing a long step back, we're doing what we call a half step back. So from here, your foot comes in, it goes back. And I want my toes not forward, not out, again at an angle, because then when I come in and go into the movement after white crane, if my foot is in the wrong position, it's gonna not feel comfortable, and I'm gonna do some damage to my knee possibly, or just do the movement wrong, yeah? Okay, so we want to, so just look one more time. So when I step in, I step diagonally backwards, toes down, like not a big step, half step, body upright. I check my toes, they're slightly at an angle, heel down, I shift, and then I bring my foot in. So again, I do that same thing where I'm testing. So it's really important on this movement that your weight is in the right place. This is like a Q movement in Chen. So if my weight is here, it might look okay, but I can't lift this leg without having to shift back and lift. So I've got to be like this, yeah? So that's really important. So let's look at that. I'll do it from here. There, so weight onto your left, body upright. So I shift, I step in onto my toes, my foot comes in, and then I step back and then up, toes down. Remember the angle of your foot, heel down. I shift, and my other foot comes in. My tailbone is down. I'm just going to check my foot. I'm not having to go 1 and 2. Yeah? Okay, so we'll go again. From here, ready? Weight onto your left. So I shift, I come in onto my toes, move my foot in and back, toes down, check the angle, heel down, I shift, and onto my toes, and my hips are facing forwards in this position. Yeah, so I'll go mirror image. It might be a little confusing because I'm going to step back, but I'll just do it so you can see what's going on in the front as well. So weight to your left. So I'm going to sink a little bit in. Foot comes in, then foot comes in and out diagonally. You can check your toes if you want. Yeah, heel down, I shift, and I step in. So the distance has got to be comfortable to yourself. You don't want to be too close. You don't want to be too wide because then you can't keep your weight. It's got to be just enough with your limb, the length of your own limbs, knee bent. So again, so I'm here, weight onto your left leg, sink into your hips. So you shift and onto your toes. Foot comes in, then out. So check your toes at a slight angle, heel down, shift, and down onto my toes. And then check again, whether you're in the right position to lift your foot up. You're not having to go 1 and 2, yeah? Okay, so I'll do it the other way a few times. So weight onto your left, body upright. So I shift, I come in, tailbone down, chest in, foot in, back, toes at a slight angle, heel down, shift onto your toes. And one more time. Ready? Weight to your left. Okay, so we shift onto your toes, tailbone down, foot in, back, heel down, shift onto your toes. And relax. Shift out. Relax your arms, your legs. So next, we'll look at the hands or the arm movement, and then we'll link the two together. Okay, so we'll give the legs a rest and we'll just focus on the arms. So we're going to hold the position of single whip. So your left palm out, make a hook with your right hand. So we'll go mirror image. So here, I'm going to seesaw my arms and open my right hand. So I go 1, like this. Then I'm going to close in front. So my left forearm is on top. Yeah, this way. My right palm is facing up. My left palm is facing out, and I would roughly want to touch in the middle. So I know there's different sort of positions, but generally if you touch from the middle, you're not going to go wrong. Yeah, so again, ready? So left palm out, make a hook. So we go 1, I open. 2, I close in front. Then again, ready? So left palm out, make a hook. So I go 1, 2, close. So again, ready? So left palm out, make a hook with the right. So I go 1, 2, close. So go from behind the other way. So shoulders relax. So I go 1, 2. And again, ready? So go 1, 2, close. And one more time. Ready? So 1 and 2. Okay. So let's link that with the feet, yeah? And then we'll go back to the next bit of the arm movement. Okay, so I'll do it with my back to you, then I'll do mirror image, and we'll move on from there. So you're in single whip, weight onto your right leg. So remember to check, you put your hands down, lift up. So from here, I'm going to shift a little bit more and seesaw my arms. And so I'm in this position at 1. Then my right arm, my right leg moves together in coordination and close. So a bit like they move together, a bit like, in the stepping exercise, when this comes across, this comes across. So it's teaching this basic principle of linking everything together. Yeah. So again, ready? So weight to your left. So we go up, shoulders relax. I shift and seesaw my arms. and then I'm going to step in, close, this way. So everything exactly the same. So I'll do one more time from here. Ready? Weight onto your left. So from here, 1, 2, step in. Okay. So now we'll go mirror image. So weight onto your left. So to check the position of your arms, remember elbows bent. So I go 1, shifting into my left a bit more, opening my arms, then I step in, 2, and close this way. So again, ready? So weight onto your left, your arms up. So I go 1, 2, close. Remember your tailbone down, chest in. Okay, so again, ready? Weight onto your left leg. Okay, ready? So go 1 and 2. Okay, relax, shake out. So now we'll give the legs a rest again, and we'll look at the arms and look at the rest of white crane, spreads its wings. Okay, so we'll go mirror image. So up. So 1, 2. So we've done this bit. Then here, I'm going to turn my right arm. So I turn my right arm this way. You see, so this is roughly the distance. I'm not out, I'm not close this way. And I want my head to go in the middle like this. So this is one way I like to sort of check I'm doing this right. Yeah, so again, let's go up to there. So from here, ready, go 1, 2, close, and then I turn. Yeah, then again, ready. So from here, I go 1, 2, turn. Then from here, my right arm goes up, my left arm goes down, and then they make it's like 2 half circles out, and I relax down this way. Yeah. So here, this is really important. So I'll just say it now, and we'll just go through it now. So lots of people, when they do white crane in Chen, you see it goes across like this. They're not understanding the usage or the original purpose of this movement. So according to Tai Chi principles, if you're not following that, then you're not, doing it correctly. Yeah. So here, when I step back, this hand is deflecting or defending something coming forward, just like a basic block. That's the best way to think of it. Yeah. So I'm going up, and then it's also moving out to the side like a half circle. Yeah. So this, can you see? I don't want my arm to come back. I want it in front, and this hand above my head, because it's also sort of defending like a wild type of like round punch, or some kind of not like a boxing hook, but like a wild type thing this way, where you're having to stop it from this angle. So if it's here or here or here, or you've missed all of this, your structure isn't correct, and then according to those principles, your chi can't flow correctly. Yeah. So that's number 1, the top hand. Yeah. So it goes up and out. Then the bottom hand has to press. Is like someone's throwing a teep, like a push kick or a snap front kick towards your foot. You've got to make this half circle to deflect it. Can you see? This way. So you're moving it out the way. So it's like you're catching, boom, and then you come in to do whatever you want to do. Yeah. So you've got to make 2 half circles. So it looks like 1. Can you see? Look, I'm putting 2 half circles this way. And also, white crane is so there's lots of different styles of Tai Chi, and they all pretty much look different, but similar to certain bits. But certain movements within all of the styles stay the same or look very similar. You can tell one is single whip. You might be forward or this way. The other one is white crane. There'll be different sort of ways, but you can tell it's white crane. So it's got to look good. And also your arms here, they make like the Tai Chi cord within the Tai Chi symbol, the yin yang symbol. You've got the line that divides, yin and yang. It's like that's the feet. That's the feeling you want. So if you were to draw a circle around yourself, and if you've not got that type of sort of curve, like in the Tai Chi symbol, you're doing it wrong. Yeah, because you've got to get that correct structure. Yeah, together. So anyway, let's carry on. Okay, so let's go from here. So we go 1, 2, close. Turn your palm. So with your right arm up, left hand down. So can you see I'm going to really slow it down, and then I'm going to move out, relax. This hand has got to be up high, above your own head height. Yeah. So if you're taller, it's going to look bigger. If you're shorter, it's going to look smaller. Yeah. there's a curve here, and it's not, can you see it's not here, it's slightly in front. So if I was to bring it down, it would be like holding Tai Chi stance. Yeah, and this hand, yeah, again, I don't want it back, I want it slightly, I want to curve this way. So this is slightly going to pull up or around my back, making a bow in my back. Yeah, so that's one of the key features as well. So again, ready? So we go 1, 2, turn your palm, right hand up, left hand down, and make 2 half circles. Relax, sink down. So that's the position of your arms and your upper body. Yeah, so tailbone down, chest in, chin in, head up. Okay, so from here, can you see the position? I'll go move to this side. Okay, so again, ready? We're here. So we go 1, 2. So remember, we're going mirror image. Turn your right palm, right hand up, left hand down, 2 half circles out. Relax. Then again, ready? So we go 1, 2. Turn up and out. Okay, so we'll go from behind. Ready? So we're here. So don't worry about your legs. So 1, 2. Turn your palm, right hand up, left hand down, and move out to the side. So just look at your right hand, check it's in the right position. It's not too far back, too forward, it's not too low, it's not too high. It's got to just be right. Yeah, not too much, not too little. Okay. So again, ready? So from here we go 1, 2. Turn your palm, so go up. 1, 2, out. Shoulders relax. Again, ready? So we go 1, 2. Turn your palm up, right hand up, left hand down. Boom. So don't forget the 1 and 2, the 1 and 2. Yeah, that's really important, but you do it together. Yeah, that's what you've got to do. So now we'll put the arms and legs together, and that will make white crane spreads its wings from the 8 form. So all of these details are the same for in the long form as well, Lauja particularly. Yeah, so it's just kind of, you know, all of this is the same. So it's building those building blocks, those foundations to, you know, put through. And there's lots of similar movements throughout the form as well. I mean, yeah, this way in Urlu as well. Yeah, so it's all following these principles. So when you come to that, if you practice correctly at the beginning, it shouldn't be too difficult to understand and to pick up. But if your basics or your foundation isn't there, then it will be. Yeah, okay, so let's go. Ready? So weight onto your left leg, hands out. So we go 1. Remember, you're shifting in, I step in. 2, close. Then my foot comes in, I step back, toes down, and I turn my right palm simultaneously. Then I shift. As I step in, I separate, turn, open, and relax, face forward. And again, so I'll do a few this way, and then I'll also do some mirror image as well. So again, weight to your left, you know, hold. So shift, down, step in, close. Step back, turning my palms from the toes down, I shift, step in, right hand up, left hand down, and relax. Remember, I'm making those 2 half circles. Yeah, that's really important. Yeah, so again, ready? So weight to your left. Okay, so ready? Down, 1, 2, close. 3, step back, toes down, turning your palm, all at the same time. Shift, step in, separate simultaneously. Relax. Remember, tailbone down, chest in, lifting through your crown, shoulders relaxed. So again, ready? Weight to your left. Go 1, 2, close. 3, step back, turning your palms, toes down simultaneously. Shift, step in, separate simultaneously. Relax. So if you stay there or relax, can you see the position of my hands from the side, from the front, from this side? Yeah, just so you get an idea of what, you know, where not to go. So quite difficult to teach in this way. So again, ready? So weight onto your left, up. Go 1, 2, close. Step back, turning your palm, shift. Step in, right hand up, left hand down, relax. Again, ready? Weight onto your left, sink into your hips, up. Go 1, 2. Step back, turning your palms, shift, in, separate, relax. Okay, so we'll go mirror image. Okay, so weight to your left, hands up. Go 1, 2, step in. So 3, I bring my foot in, step back, turn my palm simultaneously. I shift, step in, separate, relax. Okay, feels weird, stepping back, mirror image. Okay, so again, ready? So weight to your left, up. Go 1, 2, foot in, step back, turning your palm, shift, step in, separate, relax. Remember the 2 half circles. Don't forget about your weight. You don't want to be like this. It might look fine, but I can't lift this leg properly, so I've got to have my weight here and lift correctly. So again, ready? Weight to your left, so up. So I shift 1, 2, in, step back, turning your palm, shift, step in, separate, relax. Okay, so again, mirror image. So weight onto your left leg, up. So 1, 2, step back, turning your palm, shift, step in, relax. And shake out, relax your arms, your legs. Okay, so we'll put all of this together with the other 2 movements that we've done so far, linking them together. Okay, so I'll start with my back to you, then I'll also do it mirror image. Okay, so ready? So heels close together, toes out a little bit. Right hand out. So chin in, lifting through your crown. So down, step out, heel down, return, shift, turn, relax, face forward, turn and press, pull down, shifting forward, and turn, shift, hands come up, turn, step in, push, rotate, make a hook, separate, then in, out, shift, shift, turning your palm, shift, relax, face forward. So 1, 2, 3, 4, relax. Okay, so we'll go mirror image. So from here, right hand up, down, up, turn, shift, turn, relax, face forward, turn and press, pull down, shift, turn, shift, hands come up, turn, step in, push, rotate, make a hook, separate, in, out, shift, shift, turn your palm, shift, relax. And from here, 1, 2, step back, turning your palm, step in, separate, relax. Okay, so now from the other way. Okay, right hand out, cup your waist. Go 1, up, turn, shift, turn, relax. turn and press, pull down, shift your weight, turn, shift, hands come up, turn, step in, push down, rotate, make a hook, separate, turn, in, out, shift, shift, turn your palm, shift, relax. You sink down, open, step in, close, step back, turn your palm, shift, step in, separate, relax. Okay, so we'll go mirror image. Okay, right hand out. Down. Step out. Turn. Shift. Turn. Relax. Turn and press. Pull down. Shifting your weight. Shift. Hands come up. Turn. Step in. Push. Rotate. Make a hook. Separate. In. Out. Shift. Shift. Turning your palm. Shift. Relax. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. One more time from behind. 1, 2, turn, shift, relax, face forward, turn and press, pull down, shift your weight, turn, shift, step in, push, down, rotate, make a hook, separate, in, out, shift, shift, turn your palm, shift, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Relax. Shake out. Relax your arms, your legs. Give your arms and legs a good shake. Remember, you want that soft, springy, elastic feeling. You just want to release that tension in your muscles. You can gently exhale. Okay, so from here, so we'll go hold Tai Chi stance, so Jamjung practice. So again, feet about shoulder width apart. So look at your feet. Just try to sense, feel, what's going on with your feet. So my toes are curling up a little bit. I want them to relax and open. Yeah. So you want to feel the tension all the way to that, to that point where they're not curling a lot. They're just slightly. They're gripping the floor. I want them to loosen. So I know there is some Jamjung where you practice gripping and stuff, but we're focusing on sort of releasing, relaxing on Sung today. Yeah. And just getting that correct alignment. Okay, so your toes out. Okay, next I'm going to focus on my hips and my knees. So we'll do this wrong again. So just kind of push your hips back and feel what's going on with your knees. So you don't want to bend from your knees. You want your hips to bend your knees as you kind of imagine like you're sitting down. Yeah, obviously don't sit down if there's nothing behind you. Then up. So again, one more time. Boom. Bend your knees. That's how you want to, even when you're in the wider stances, you want to start to engage your quad, your hip crease, your pelvic area. Yeah. So now as you sink, obviously don't sink too much and don't let your hips go back. So you sink. So my pelvis has gone back. So I've got the big anterior pelvic tilt. So if you don't know what that is, just look it up. So you tuck your tailbone under, yeah, down this way. Yeah. So you imagine there's like a weight on your tailbone pulling it down. So not underneath. So I know in some styles they really tuck under. So we want to sink and have it down. Then next I'm going to check my chest and my abdomen. So I want to don't want to have any constriction here when I breathe. So you know when you're very right, when it feels like you're breathing to your feet, or your abdomen can move in and out freely. Yeah, chest in, so you hollow your chest and round, so that will pluck or round your back and make a bow in your back and your arms when you lift them up. So when I chin in, lift through my crown, tongue on the top palate of my mouth. So I'm going to hold just there. I open here at my armpit slightly, fingers down, just focus on my breath. So I'm going to hold this position because everything kind of feels good. I've got everything in place. Just going to focus on my breath. So you can close your eyes or keep them open. So you just want to relax into the posture. You just want to become aware of what's going on with your body and your breath. Okay, so then from here, I'm going to hold my arms. Remember, fingers open naturally, thumbs up. So about lower rib height, so not too high. Remember your elbows. Yeah, so there's like a string pulling them up, but a weight just dropping them down that little bit more, just slightly. So you don't want them like this. You don't want them out in this way, in the way we practice. Yeah, my arms not too far out. There are different ways you can hold this, but for now we want to do the neutral way. Yeah, so in, check your tailbone, chest, shoulders and ears you try to have in one line, and your hips too. Just hold, focus on your breath. Then from here, you're going to push into the floor, breathe in, your arms expand slightly, and relax. In, so continuously. In, 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 and down, and up, breathing in, down, out. So here, when you sink and breathe out, you can practice sinking into your hips and working your pelvis area. Yeah, so we don't want to, you can go lower, but we just, focus on that. So up, in, so continuously. So as your arms come up, breathe in and straighten your legs. As they come down, breathe out and sink into your hips. Remember, we want to lift through the crown, your halfway point, chin in, shoulders relax. So that means the least amount of tension in your shoulders with the movement that they're doing. So obviously, you're lifting your arms up, so they're not going to be fully relaxed. Yeah. Body upright. Feel your connection to the floor. And coordinate your breath with your own movements. So gradually making your breath deeper and smoother. So as your breath gets smoother and deeper, so will your movements. Yeah. and relax when you're finished. Relax your arms, your legs, shake out. Give your arms and legs a good shake. Okay, so I know we said we'd go through the Qigong breathing exercises, but I got a bit carried away with the Tai Chi stuff, so sorry about that. So there's like 10 minutes left. So what we'll do is I'll see if anyone has any questions. So do, write the question and I'll try to answer it. Yeah. Okay. So I hope that was okay for everybody. So pretty much everything that we've covered, you can. Well, I don't know because each day is different when you teach. You don't know what's going to filter out for you. But generally, the Tai Chi Foundation course and the stuff on the Tai Chi School website, goes in lots of depth and detail. So don't be fooled by some of the names. Yeah. Okay. So I'll have a look, and if anyone's got any questions, type away, and I'll see what I can do. Let's see what. Okay. So there's someone's asking what benefits to starting practice. I don't know. Lots of benefits. It's exercise. It trains your body, your flexibility, strengthens your body, also works your mind. It's just like anything else. You get what you put into it, and also what intention you go into that practice. You're going to get that back as well. So if you come with a negative intention, it's not going to be good for you. Yeah. So stay positive. Yeah, I think there was a delay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so no questions. Really, just lots of people saying hello and thank you. Oh, is that a question? Syncing made more practice. Made more sense today when practicing the stepping after or watching the principles and the errors videos you sent. Another great session. Yeah. So with the people that come to my online class, I send a weekly email with the invites for the classes. So I give them a heads up before that. So usually, so I started to share some information about Tai Chi. So yesterday, I shared a video about a practitioner. So I've never met him. I've never corresponded with him online or anything. I've just been watching his videos, from the mid-2000s. So I think if I remember correctly, he's from Tianjin. His name is Yang Hai, or I noticed on his YouTube channel he changed it Hai Yang. So I don't know which was his first name or middle name. He might have changed it around for the Western sort of way, putting your first name first and your surname last. So he's a master of Xingyi, Tai Chi, Bagua, and some other things, and also he's a Chinese doctor, and he's really good. So check out lots of his videos. He's a lot better than me. You can see lots of deep, useful stuff on there. So his line of Chen Tai Chi is a bit different to our line, although his line does come from Chen Fa via Ma Hong. So Ma Hong is like a famous student of Chen Zhaokui. Chen Zhaokui is Chen Fa's son. And Ma Hong started, if I remember correctly, I've not looked or read up on anything for a long time, and I've not been talking Tai Chi like this, for a while as well. We just practiced. So Ma Hong, if I remember correctly, he started practicing Chen Tai Chi. I don't think he had any martial experience before. He started practicing late in life, maybe in his 40s and his 50s. And his focus was to practice for health. It wasn't like, for martial, obviously there's a saying in China, if you want to practice Tai Chi for martial arts, you got to practice it as if for health. If you want to practice it for health, you got to practice it like Kung Fu. So, balance, yin and yang. So I think his focus was, if I remember correctly, for health. But if you look him up on YouTube, his form, the way he changed his form quite a bit. Obviously you can still see the original sort of flavor. He changed bits, but his stances, he goes really deep and low. Someone aged 50, 60, so I can't remember how old you know, what age he passed away, but he was still going like way low, you know, with a body upright, everything in alignment. So, you know, when you do practice for health, it's still got to be, you know, good, you know, you still got to try. So look up Ma Hung and Yang Hai. So really good, you know, practitioners. What else do we got here? Thank you. Yeah, you're welcome. The last exercise I find great for teachers and teenagers who carry backpacks full of books around. Yeah. So I myself carry a backpack a lot, and it, you know, it does tense you up this way. So I end up, you know, having to roll up this way. So it is a good exercise for that. Janet. He's not a lot better than me. Okay, Ursula. His Yang Hai's Tai Chi, because it's a different line, they will do some things physically different, but the principles are the same. But he has a greater knowledge of, you know, internal martial arts than me. Yeah, so I'd never like go there. I won't compete with him. Also, you got to think English isn't his first language. It's obviously Putonghua Mandarin. You know, he does well. You know, he explains it better than I got it explained to from my teacher, who's also a good practitioner. It's normal, my shoulders crunch and make a noise, and also I find my knees hard to control. Thanks for the class. So, you know, your shoulders can crunch and make a noise for lots of different reasons. So it is normal and it's not normal. It just depends. So if you've not done lots of exercise, you know, maybe you know, there's all your connective tissues, your fascia, your tendons, your ligaments, your muscles have become tight, or maybe you've injured your shoulders in the past and you've not rehabbed them correctly, and there's lots of, you know, inflammation and fibrosis tissue. And so as you move, it could be that all of these tissues are crossing each other, and that's what's making that crunching sound. And it does take time to develop the control of your knees. So even myself, in my own practice, I've hurt both my knees. One, I hurt my knee before practicing Tai Chi, so I used to do lots of Shaolin Kung Fu and Wushu, where you jump around, a bit aesthetic style Kung Fu as well. So I hurt my knee doing that, and then also just through training, you know, lots of, you know, I like to kickbox and wrestle and stuff. So, you know, you pick up injuries. So it's quite hard to get the control of your knees, but it does come with time, you know, gradual steps. Hopefully that helps. You're always blowing my mind. Okay, yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, cool, good. I'll give it a few more minutes if anyone wants to ask another question. You know, ask away. I'll see if I've missed anything. So if anyone wants to join me in weekly classes, you know, send me an email. So my email is Amir, that's AAMIR, at taichi.school. Did I get that right? Amir at taichi.school. Yeah, I did. So, you know, if you send me an email, I can send you all the details about the online classes, or check out the Tai Chi School website as well. You know, there's information on there and you can reach me through there. And also check out the stuff on Tai Chi School, the website, lots of our courses. So both me and Kim, we put lots of effort into producing and making them and thinking about them. And you know, they were made some time ago, but they're still, you know, relative, and they've got lots of good information. So I remember making them at the time. We tried to we looked at lots of, you know, instructional videos, not just related to Tai Chi, but just general sort of exercise and movement. And, you know, we looked at the standard of information that was getting put into them, especially obviously the Tai Chi ones. So we wanted to go a step above that. And so I wanted to sort of teach it how I would teach my own students, you know, with the details that I would expect them to have, you know, a good level. And to me, that's what I call foundation. Yeah, so that's why we called it Tai Chi Foundation. So there's lots of good stuff on there. I haven't written any books on Tai Chi. I don't like writing, but maybe one day we could, you know, put my mind together with some other people and we can write something. Yeah. If you have a weakness in the back, can they affect the knees? Yeah, it depends on the weakness. So if there is one kind of, so it's like your body's like one unit together made by different pieces. So if there is, you know, a little chink in the chain, it is going to affect other parts of your body. So for example, so I've got my hips are slightly off alignment. So this is going to slightly put a rotation in my body, and then my shoulder's going to come forward. So I'm over exaggerated. So it's going to twist things slightly, and so I've got to recorrect that. And that's something, so you practice slowly, you know, and build up slowly. So, you know, all those, they say Tai Chi is soft, relaxed, and natural. It isn't really, you know, it's a specific way of moving, and which you've got to get used to, which if you're not used to moving, so it will affect your knees. So just be careful. Let me see. Okay, so you are going to hurt your knees doing Tai Chi, especially Chen style Tai Chi and traditional martial arts, especially at the beginning, because so you are, even if you're doing it high, you are meant to be sinking and down, and so you are going to sink wrong, and you are going to lead with your knees. So nearly everybody I know who's done Tai Chi, even they have hurt their knees at some point practicing Chen Tai Chi. So maybe this is, I'm not, you know, selling Tai Chi in that way, all the way I should be, but I like to be honest. So you will, even same doing karate, doing Shaolin Kung Fu, doing other Kung Fu, because you are, you know, you're doing physical movement. So at first, it takes a while to do it correctly, and as you're doing physical, you know, these movement-based arts, you are going to have wrong alignment. You're going to, you know, to do it wrong, and that's what's going to cause the pain. So I remember in my classes when I used to teach a lot of beginners, I always used to say this: if your knees hurt, it's not because of Tai Chi. It's either you already had a problem with your knees and they hurt, or you're doing the Tai Chi wrong. So always at some stage, even I will be doing it wrong at times, and I will put pressure on my knee or a certain other bit, and that's why we always try to focus on your alignment and structure, and that's why we go step by step, step by step. And if your knees hurt, just stand, you know, come closer, bring your stance narrower, and don't bend your knees as much. Yeah, and just stay higher. And then as the strength develops and the flexibility in your knees and the strength develops in your muscles around the knees, you know, you'll be able to go lower and lower and lower and lower until you don't get any pain. Yeah, so it takes a bit of time. So hopefully that helps. Okay, thank you, Janet, about the compliment. I try, yeah. Okay, let me see if I've missed anyone more. Okay, yeah, that's brilliant. So I think we'll call it a day there. Thank you very much. I hope everybody enjoyed themselves. So if you do have any more questions, you know, comment below. I guess that's what people say, don't they? Yeah, and if you want more information, check out our website. Okay, thank you very much. Hope everyone enjoyed themselves. Thank you.